A statement and I feel very comfortable. Let's not waste any time and meet our first guest. When you listen to the word company, what does it remind you of? You must have often used it in your conversations. I was in the company of friends. I was in the company of my family members. I was in the company of my peers or, fellow entrepreneurs, which reminds us of the fact that even before four walls are erected with a roof on the top to build an actual building, which you call a company, company actually means the people whom you move around with. That is what a company means. A company means nothing without people. This gentleman whom we have with us over here, he went through IIT without giving an interview or a written exam. I believe it was possible in those days if you had a request, all over a postcard. Having passed out from IIT way back over 5 decades ago, to now starting his own company, which is called GPR. You know GPS, Global Positioning System. But if you're talking about good people relations, then we have Gopal Shetty Prasad Rao with us, a towering personality who has run as the head of the NHRD for over 5 terms, worked in companies like SAIL, JK, Birla and Reliance, and played a huge hand in giving this nation the strength of people it deserves to make it shining in the world. So viewers, welcome back to season 3 of Leaders Today, exclusively sponsored by Benson Trophies, which is one of the leading trophy manufacturers of the nation, RupiaPaisa.com, that has been turning the lives around of companies and people all over India, and of course, the most secure platform that you can think of, Cloud Access. Thank you so much for season 3 and welcome to the show, sir. I'm really elated to have you over here because we're starting off on a brilliant note that people help people grow. And we have the master of that industry with us.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I'm personally elated to be on this platform, and this gives me an opportunity to share my experiences, my ideas, my thoughts with you.
No, it is a pleasure for both of us, because there are viewers. This is a platform about how, what is the basis, or I would say the DNA of leadership. Right? It's a program called Leaders Today. And, because I believe that leadership is not a heritage or it is not a property that you can give. It happens through your journey.
Yes.
Right?
True.
So I would like to know about that journey from you because I'm sure our viewers over here want to know that side of your life.
I'll be too happy to share my experiences. Anything particular you want to know about?
No, I would like to know. I mean, this is, 15 minutes is a very short time. I think it would take 15 hours to actually sit with you and even gather a percentage of your experience. But then how did it all begin? When did you start?
See, I am from a small village. No electricity, no bus, no bridge. The highest was class 7th. From there, I have, with my hard work and help of others, I want to express my gratitude to those people who guided me to go there. I stood first in the state of Orissa.
Wow.
I didn't study English, but I participated in English debate competition and I got an All India second prize in all competition.
That is such a wonderful thrill. But when you're growing up and you receive an award, there you see. So that's what Benson Trophies has taken the right step because we all love that shining piece of brass or metal or glass in our shells because it defines a lot of us.
Yeah. So I could work in large companies like SAIL, JK Group, Birla, Reliance, India and abroad. I worked in the mines factory, head offices and all. And I could help the profession of HRD also, the National HRD Network.
Yeah.
I worked there for long. So that's another.
You headed that for 5 terms together. It's about 10 years.
Yeah. I was the National Secretary and the presidents used to come and go.
I'm sure a lot of leaders whose name we hear today, I think they can reckon with your understanding and you would have played a crucial part in
they all call
especially putting the spotlight on them that this is a candidate one needs to work on or this is an important person.
So I believe that you can't invent great people, but you can discover good people. So I use that knack of discovering the right people, good people who can lead the profession.
I would like to ask a very, very critical question over here. You said something really amazing that you can't invent people, you can discover.
Yeah.
What is the art of discovering? How do we discover? Maybe 3 or 4 tips that we can learn from you so that entrepreneurs and people who are looking at this program and HR professionals, this would be a gold mine for you. What do you think? What is your way?
No, you want to discover, keep your eyes and ears open. That is the starting point. Number two is you should be open to networking. See, through networking, your wings will open. You will reach out to people. You will meet different kinds of people. The third is you should always be prepared to learn. I mean, the moment you think you know it all.
Absolutely, I believe, learning never stops. Even 1 second before we shut our eyes and leave this holy creation, there is an opportunity to learn. And learning is the greatest blessing that any of us can ever have.
Then you look for people. That's discovery. That's discovery. And believe in the trust. Trust. Look for good things of people. Always. Strength, focus, discovery. If you do that, you will get people.
I just came across a wonderful story, and I'll just take 30 seconds and I'll tell you that if you look at just the good things. So there was this old woman who would take 2 buckets of water every day from the river uphill to where she lived in her hutment. Now, one of the buckets was very old, the other one was new. And the old bucket had a few holes drilled, It's like, what happens in that blooded over time. So by the time these buckets would reach there, the old bucket would tell this old woman, I'm so sorry, I'm of no use to you. I have lost half the water. The new bucket has everything. I'm of no use. Then this old woman, she turns around, takes the bucket and shows her the road to the river. See your side of journey. Wherever the water spilled, we have flowers everywhere. That was a beautiful thing I learned, because he said that you were never invalid. You have given such a beautiful road for me. It's such a scenic view. So nobody is ever indispensable. There are good things in everyone, right?
This is all about farming. This is all about giving. The function, the domain of human resource management is that people are capable. They have the potential. You need
somebody to kindle that fire and fan that fire in the right time at the right moment.
Absolutely.
Wow, such an amazing discovery that you have said. And learning to discover people. Keep your eyes and ears open. It's important. Maybe what you are searching for is just next door. Isn't he our next door leader? That's what I'm talking about. Just you can find that in your own surroundings. You need to be alert for that. That's one thing. And trust. Loyalty, belief, looking only at the good things in people. Yes. These are the values of a true HR professional, and I think that you have validated that all your life and helped companies, in different ways. I would like to come to a particular discussion when we were, having our discussions, when we were talking over the phone and over Zoom, that what we need to do.
Sure.
I would like you to narrate the incident which was the most challenging for you, the one where you were caught amidst Naxalites, and not one or two, 10,000 of them, and how he did everything over there.
That was really threatening. When I try to recall the situation, I mean, in a place, no electricity, no television, no telephone, and there are 15,000 workers. Out of them, 10,000 were Naxalites, and there, atrocities, violence, work stoppages, strikes, and all. So I was getting frustrated, getting fed up, almost wanting to give up. So I had a conversation with the leader. I said, you see, I'm an employee of a company, I mean, after some time I look for a transfer. If it doesn't happen, I leave. But how are you going to achieve your objective? Would you like to tell me what your objective is?
Absolutely. How long would they continue in such a way?
Then he said, okay, I mean, objective is very simple. I want to uplift the economic status of all the members. That is what you were there for yourself. I said, we are also there for that only. So let's discuss. So then we got into conversation. So from Vivad, we got into Samvad. Then the conversation started. Then he said, there are only 2 ways of doing. One is raise their income level, where we have our own boundaries, we have limitations. But then you can convert fixed income to variable income. You can bring incentivization. So all that you can start so that the earnings will improve.
And that's when you started football, and the sports academy, the medicines and all that?
No, that's the other thing. Okay. Then we said, you also look at their expenditure form.
That is really amazing.
Are they saving or they're spending?
So I'll tell you a little bit about this one. I would like to say it on your behalf. They researched that even after being paid, why these 10,000 families were suffering, and liquor was a very big problem. So he made the leader calculate all that, and he came up with the realization they're having the money, but they're spending it on liquor. So they ran social, CSR kind of programs where they educated everyone. I think that's what was
I
what
told them, would you like to stop it? No, it's difficult. I see, you think about it. And we can't take up that project, it's you. But I can help you in doing that. He said, sir, create some cultural centers, give some sports facility, give some medicines, give some pravachans, talks. Oh, that's it. That's our job.
Everything in your arsenal that you have, you need to put it together. And I learned one thing from this thing, that negotiation is always not on a business deal. Negotiation is also, it also exists in dialogues, in the way you talk.
Yeah.
Because there's a great saying. I heard it in a movie. कि जब बातचीत से और दोस्ती से काम बन सकता है तो लड़ाई झगड़ा क्यों करना? Why do you need to fight?
If Samvad can solve the problem.
There is always a route out for every situation, right?
Yeah, that's what we have learned. The only way to do it is interact. Talk it out.
Absolutely.
Don't talk about them. Don't talk to them. Talk with them.
Talk with them. Yeah, absolutely. Don't talk about them. Talk to them. Talk with them. Going together.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. I'll remember that for life. It's a wonderful saying.
Thank you.
And it will go with GP Rao had said that.
Thank you.
Before the next question, let's have a sip of coffee before it gets cold. There's another question that I wanted to ask. You have done a lot on women empowerment. Why don't you shed some light on that one?
I helped in running an all-women factory in Delhi. I had 90% of an office filled with women in Malaysia. And the other one is the Destination Boardroom, the program for aspiring women leaders who want to be part of the
Because women are the driving force of a nation, of a family, of a country, of a state, and everything. Yeah. Wonderful. That's really amazing. Thank you for that piece of knowledge as well. And I would like to know one thing that our viewers would love to know. What has inspired you, something that has inspired you that you are in this position today as a leader? Because I'm sure our viewers will also be inspired by what has inspired you.
See, I got inspiration from leaders who can integrate compassion in business. So that's what I'm driving, that leaders have to be compassionate. So for being able to do that, if you can believe that karma can be done based on dharma, and that karma will be very genuine, authentic. And then you can do karma. Absolutely fine. So base has to be dharma, ethics, collaboration, trust, transparency, giving, open to learning, conversation, co-creation, collaboration. That should be the basis, dharma. Then you do the karma. And that is the genuine, then you do the This is the message I want to give to people. Thank you so much,
viewers, for staying with us. And thank you so much, GP, for that invaluable piece of knowledge and your experience. You just condensed your 70 years of life. Believe me, he's 70, he looks 50, into that one statement, Leadership is all about business with compassion. If compassion doesn't exist, there's no point of leadership. If business doesn't exist, there's no point of leadership. You need to weave them both, marry them both, and that is when you get people going. Collaboration, cooperation, belief, trust, listening to others. It's very important. That is the essence of leadership that GP has brought to us today. Thank you so much for our sponsors. Once again, we have Benson Trophies, who's been taking us ahead on our journey. Then we have RupiahPaisa.com, transforming businesses, and of course, Cloud Access, the most secure platform. So thank you so much, viewers, for being with us over here on the very first episode of the third seasons of Leaders Today. That was Mr. GP Rao, and I'm sure you all have been inspired by him. I have been inspired by his journey, and continuing on this journey, next week, same time, another round of guests. Leaders Today will be here with you. Until then, Sudarshan Ramakrishna Chetur signing off. Thank you.